Larbi, how are you? How's it going, bro?
I'm very good, brother. I'm very good. I was planning to come and visit you tonight, but unfortunately,
it's all good.
I can make it to the studio. But we are continuing right here remotely, and
nice.
Very exciting news coming up
good.
to the drivers soon, and we have Michelle with us here. We're going to be talking about 3 topics today. The first one is actually we have what you just mentioned, the caravan, and the caravan's going to happen one more time due to many issues that drivers are facing. One of them currently is the gas prices that went sky high, and we're demanding some of the changes that needs to happen swiftly, whether from the city agency and the companies as well. The second topic that we're going to also be discussing tonight is education for those who are not proficient or having some issues with the English language, and this is a driver focus. More on that with Michelle. And also the last one that we're going to be talking about, which is really something that I'm excited for the drivers, is the deactivation and some of the solution which become really essential for drivers to get their job back. So without further ado, we're going to talk about the caravan. I'm going to bring also Michelle to talk about it. Michelle, give us the date, and these amazing events going to happen one more time here in New York City. Go ahead, Michelle.
Good night, everyone. I hope all is well. I see you had a little rain, so maybe you have a little bit more customers tonight. So, yes, most of you, if you have registered with IDG, should have gotten yesterday or earlier today a save the date, which is March 29th. Please respond, open that message up, and RSVP. We are going to be having a caravan to address first gas prices. As most of us know, now instead of roaming the streets and driving around for our next thing, we pull over and park, and we're, it's not as fast to get a response. But because of the price of gas being so high, it is not beneficial for us to just roam the streets until we get a ping. So we adjusted, which actually affects the response time to a rider's request currently. And two, the caravan is going to also go back on pay. As you know, the TLC gave us a raise of 5.3, which is really something they were supposed to do over 2 years ago, which was put in the bill when the Fair Pay Act was implemented. But because of COVID, that kind of affected all of that. So they just finally did it. And we went back to TLC to say, wow, 5.3, but the inflation is 7.5. So we didn't get a raise. You don't really see it. It's a couple of cents, and that is just, actually just falls by the wayside. So this caravan is going to address gas prices, the wages, and also deactivation. So, we need every driver to register and show up, because what we should understand, gas prices are only going to go up. And if we do not tackle that issue now, you all won't be making money, and your cars will be closed up. You still have to pay those bills. So I want to see all of you, and I want all of you to respond to this caravan. It is in your best interest. Okay, Larry.
Great. Thank you, Michelle. So also, just to mention the coalition that IDG joined here in New York, the part of the caravan most of the organizations as well, and a group from drivers are also joining the caravan. So as we are delivering the message to our members and our supporters here from Sunuafrik, so if you are listening to the message and you would like to participate, just text me caravan. Just text caravan. I will send you the information where you can sign up on all the details about that event, so you can mark it in your calendar as well. It's going to be March 29. So with that said, the phone number is 917-594-5496, 917-594-5496. Text me caravan. I will send you the details. So please do that. Michelle, you've been working on the English as a second language, ESL, that is drivers focused. Talk to us about it and what the drivers can expect from that class.
Yes, so IDG has sent out notice, emails and text messages about the ESL class, English as a second language, which is going to be offered free. It's going to be in person, and the beginners class will be twice a week, but the high beginners and intermediate will just be 1 day a week. One of the reasons we did that is some of the responses we get back from Uber and Lyft, why drivers are deactivated, is because the lack of communication skills, meaning how you can understand or interact with your rider. If you don't speak the language, it's very easy to misunderstand what the rider is requesting of you. And in this time, it's not good to just say, I don't understand, because at some point this job is your business. So we have to take the steps necessary to improve ourselves so that we don't have an excuse and we don't lose this job. And if you lose this job and we fight to get it back, but you haven't done anything to improve the reason why you got deactivated in the first place, then really putting you back on is only going to set you up for failure. So we're asking that, take the time and invest in yourself. We are providing this class for free. We have a teacher ready and willing and able to help you improve on your language. And this is an investment on yourself and on your business. So we're asking, come register for the class. The emails went out. Open your messages and, open your emails. If you see something from IDG, we don't just send out emails just so. We send out emails because there's some information that you need to know. So please start paying attention, register, invest in yourself. Okay, Larry.
Great. Thank you, Michelle. More on that also. You can go to driversguild.org and go to Chapter of New York. You select New York, and then you go to Member Services. When you click on classes, and you can register on the classes, the dates are available on the website. So you can learn more about those classes once you visit the website, Drivers Guild, that is spelled GUILD.org. So make sure that you register for those classes. If you are listening tonight, you can also send me ESL class as a text, and I will send you the information as well, and then for those classes if you wish to attend them. Now, this is going to be a longer topic to speak about, Michelle. So let's start with a basic of understanding deactivation protection and what is deactivation protection. Go ahead, Michelle.
Sure. So on Friday, we had a meeting with Uber. We have been, for the past several years, just going back and forth with them regarding the drivers that have been deactivated and the unfairness that's happening with their response time to our cases, and that they are heartless and, just allowing all drivers, to be deactivated without considering the loss of income, the stress it puts on the drivers, the fact that not only stress, but the fact that they have family members depending on them to be able to meet all of the needs, including the investment of your vehicles, your license, and everything, all of the money that you have put out just to do this business. And what we explain is, hey, you continue to make money. You made money on that driver's investment. But yet still it's okay for you to bring another driver, less experienced, 2 days on the job, maybe 5 days with his driver's license, and replace a driver with a 10,000 trips, 50,000 trips, 28,000 trips, because some rider said he did this. Why not start doing what you agreed to do, which is bring fairness back to the driver, and start doing these deactivation cases? That was a meeting we had. We started hammering them just about 3 months ago, and they said, okay, bring us those cases. Just give us the cases again. So we sent them about 1,600 cases. So far, they responded to 700, which we have now to take the time to put it to response to you all. But we are not stopping there with their responses, because now what we're doing is we are not liking the responses we're getting. So we're now challenging the responses and asking for a better understanding and a better reason, more explained reason why. So 2 words does not answer. And a response like there was a communication issue. Okay, you knew this driver didn't speak English. So don't you think in a place where most of the language is spoken is English, there would have been an issue in the first place? So they agreed now to actually, this be a discussion about the cases. And, there are certain things that we know we may never win, but we'll get a fighting chance to fight it till the end, until it's totally, there's no stone unturned. But again, you still will have to give us time. We are getting the responses. I am inputting it. Right now I'm working with one hand, but, it's, hopefully by next week I'll be able to have 2 hands on the computer and get it done faster, so that we could send in the almost 700 responses we've got. But they have promised to get, all of the cases we have in addressed. In some cases, they're just putting the drivers back on. So every now and then, just check your app to see if it turns on, because again, they still don't tell us when they just decide, okay, yeah, he can be reactivated. So it's something, we know that this is frustrating. We know that, it's something we've been said we're working on it, working on it. But everybody knows you can't push a mule if the mule is tired. And, you also cannot push someone who half-heartedly wants to do something. But now we have the right person's ear who is promised to improve a lot of things. And there's some more topics that we can talk about just in that even discussion. And part of that was, okay, no longer you should just put, have a rider just say problematic behavior. What about problematic behavior? What does that mean? Do you have a drop down so they can choose, oh, the driver was just rude, or the driver was just, not responsive to my request? What is it? And if you say safety, what about the safety? The rider shouldn't just be able to say safety was an issue. What is safety? So the driver maybe had to brake hard, or the driver may have to avoid a pothole, or maybe the driver had somebody coming into his lane and had to swerve a little bit. What about it was safety? So this is what we asked them, and he agreed, yes, we're going to work to make that better, more transparent, and a better way to have, so the customers just can't just get away with just saying one-word responses. So I'm talking a little bit long. Let me just make sure Larry doesn't have anything, but there's a lot on this topic and improvement that we have asked for. We've also asked, and he agreed to sit down with us. If you get substance abuse or intoxication, that you should be able to pull over, go to a police station and ask them, you tell them you want to do a breathalyzer test. And that can be submitted to them, or a drug test, which you are going to be working on. How can we bring the word to the driver that he could pull over at the first opportunity once he knows this is the issue, and have a test done and sent directly to them, so you can get your job back quickly. So a lot of things, there's a lot of things in play. There's a lot of things that we've fought really hard to improve, and background check is one of them, because, you get a background check, you get a result, but then it takes so long to fix it, and even the background checks themselves is taking too long. So with that being said, we're like, okay, so they're on hold for the background check. You just took their money away right away. So how about you find a quicker way or better way to do the background check? Or just before 2 weeks before they're due to renew, then do the background check while they're still working. Now, if something comes up after that, then it would make it better for the driver, so that he knows, okay, I'm in a background check. If I know, I should be looking at that myself. If I know there might be something, try and figure out how to address it before time is up on that. So it's a lot of work, It's not simple, and nothing is like overnight. When we want to fix something to make it better, it's a huge fight. And this team, these, Larby and Jackie and, Pedro and, Malik and Aziz, Tina, we all fight really hard for the drivers. We very rarely get sleep, because we get calls from you guys every hour of the night. And whenever you have a problem, it weighs heavy on us. We feel your pain, and we don't take the responsibility lightly. So what we want from you is to continue to fight with us. But if we ask you to show up, like on the 29th, because your voice, your presence matter, and when we're fighting for change, when you show up, they are more willing to listen and make changes. So the 29th, as we are joining the coalition, IDG will be part of that coalition to do those things, to talk about, the gas prices, to talk about the activation, to talk about pay and, the fact that the increase really did nothing for us, to talk about why we should be excluded when gas prices are so high. And after a while, we just won't be able to work because operating wouldn't even be worth it. So, and as we are independent contractors, that's really a severe issue. So the 29th is your time to show and to let them know that this matters. To pull every driver you know and drag them along and tell them this is our survival. Right now, gas prices are kicking our tail. But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to fight? We can't do it by ourselves. You know, we do the fight, but you need to be there present. Okay, Larry.
Great, Michelle. Thank you very much for all that information. And again, we're going to touch on the Justice for App Workers Caravan on March 29th. Just going to give some brief information, something that you should know. So it's going to be on a Tuesday, that is March 29th, 2022. We're going to start making the sign. So come and help us and join us making the sign at 7 a.m. And then the caravan will be starting at 9 a.m. The location is Brooklyn Navy Street. We're going to drive all in a caravan, in a peaceful caravan, taking Brooklyn Bridge to Chambers Street, then to West Side Highway, to the Uber headquarters in Manhattan. And we would like all of you guys to actually feel comfortable. So we are offering a gas card for $20 will be provided. Just make sure that you come early. The supply is going to be a little limited, so come early so you can get a $20 gas card. More on that on the website. Just text me Caravan to 917-594-5496. I repeat the number, 917-594-5496. Text the word Caravan. I will be providing that information to you. And again, this is something that we all need to jump on. As we know, the gas prices are skyrocketing. We don't know if it's going to change or not. But in the meantime, we can do something about it. We can change the mentality of the companies so that they can look at us and help us go through this hard time. With that said, just want to say thank you, Michelle, and I hope that you're going to have a speedy recovery because we need you on the 29th. We need your voice and we need your energy as well. Most of the drivers will be there. I'm so excited to see all of you. Friend of mine actually already called me and they're ready to do the caravan. Because why? Because it's necessary for all of us. It's necessary for our families. We need to recognize all these changes, and we need to recognize that IDG is doing the work for all the drivers, not only in New York, but other states as well. And want to congratulate the team in Chicago and the team in Boston and as well the one in New Jersey and Connecticut for dedicating so much time to mobilize and help and assist drivers that are in need. And IDG is here to stay, and IDG is the only organization that cares about the driver. Because why? Because we are driver-led and driver-powered. So we need you to join IDG, become a member, get the benefits that we all strive to obtain, and also fight among your brothers and sisters so we can have a better future and to be respected in this industry. Michelle, any other thoughts you can share with the drivers?
Yeah. Please, 7 a.m., not 9 a.m., 7 a.m., okay? We need to pull off at 9, but we need to make sure that your car has the right things, the fires, set it up so that everyone knows you're part of the caravan. And in order for that to happen, you need to come as early as possible so that we know. Justice for App workers, we are definitely a part of that big movement. And, IDG has always been at the forefront. But when they saw the need of all of the other organizations and realized with more voices and more organizations bring more power. So we need you to show up at 7 a.m. so we can outfit your cars and we can show them who we are. And numbers makes a difference. I look forward to seeing you on the 29th.
Great, Michelle. Yeah, go ahead.
Good night. Good night, Elijah. I'll talk to you.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
One more time, 917-594-5496. Text the word caravan, and you will get the information right away. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night, and see you on the next one. Back to you, Elijah.
Good night. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Elabi. Thank you to the whole IDG team, of course. Thank you again. À la radio Sunuafrik, on vous aime. Et c'est pour juste dire, restez branchés sur les programmes de la radio Sunuafrik jusqu'à 5h du matin.